How's it going, everybody? Kyther here, and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. Apologies again for the delay in the episodes. Unfortunately, just not having the time to record these, as I generally do that on the weekends, and haven't had much time these past few, as well as the next one, so episodes will probably still be a little bit sparse. But anyway, last time we got our heavy modular frames automated somewhat perfectly in some cases. Have we done the steel works over there, so it's only producing the steel and no longer making pipes and whatnot. We're going to do that in the floors below. We're sitting at a very good amount of these, and just while I'm here, take a whole bunch of them because I will be needing them for later. So sword will be in face. But yeah, the plan today is to kind of relax a little bit. We're not going to having the sword in front of me. I'm not going to make it. Sometimes I make these jumps, sometimes I don't. Depends on how you take the jump, I suppose. Anyway. Movement. Starting movement. But yeah. So, take a little bit easy. Most reconstruction, I suppose, at this point is kind of done, even though it isn't in some cases. However, I don't have to break apart anything else. We're just adding on and doing new things. But what I want to do is hopefully get a computer machine automated and tidying up some of the buildings so they are actually buildings and not just a whole bunch of somewhat sparsely connected floating platforms. But first and foremost, we are going to be redoing the power plant, moving our hub, because this building is going to have to expand to 2 or 3 platforms, I believe. So yes, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the hub from its position it has stood for the longest of time. I also took the boxes that were over there, moved them over here, and these two just have all the items that I had on me. Now we can expand this place, but first I still need to work out where exactly we're going to replace the hub. Well, it's only a temporary spot, but we are going to just place it up at the top here, which is on the iron tower base. And damn, which way does it go? Probably go this way. Douche. There we go. You're no longer blue. Well, that has worked. I wanted this to be there. Alright, so that's where you're going to stay. I'm just quickly get rid of these. And I coincidentally have the paint gun on me, so we can return it to its glorious blue color. And I'm reminded that we still haven't finished the searches in here, so we're going to see what we need for the fabric, which was in 1, I think. Yes. Easy enough. And like I said, easy enough. Plop all those in. Launch you away. You don't actually go anyway. Which is interesting. But in your parts, that would be in the other thing, wouldn't it? The medicinal inhaler, gas mask, and jetpack. Definitely need to be building the computers to get those. And you want 10 fabric there. I'm pretty sure. Actually, let's see, double checking. No, fabric isn't here, which I can build. Well, we only need 10 to start off with. Douche. There's a single click for each thing. Not realizing that. Fabric. In you go. 7.5 minutes. There we go. So we can at least get some other progress done today. And I'm going to guess we just have the fabric and not what it can be made for. That is correct. And I don't need any of that on me at the moment. So for this building here, I've decided to go one foundation to the both to the sides, shorter sides. And this is a little show of what up there would look like. So they have enough room for walls to still be on this side. And all, because I will need 4 of these, all 4 can fit up there with one tiny little space put between them, as you can see. So they're not necessarily being flushed together. But it does mean that there is no room for a storage container up there. So I might have to get crafty with it. And crafty with it we shall get. But first, this is what used to be the top layer. And this is the final layer after we do all of the touch-ups. We have maybe arguably more of the conveyor belts, but many are less of the splitters. No mergers up here as well. So how this works is we want 50, 75 as we've been through before. The cable belt, I haven't gone and set them all up to be the correct actual conveyor belts. In general, 300 is coming up. We split that in half, then split in half again. We get our beautiful 75. And the iron plates, this one here only has 2/3. 2/3? That's not right. 3/4 of the plates on there. So what's that, 15? 45, so we only have to bring that in and split that up 3 ways. And there's one that'll have 15 that comes up down the side here. So if we go backwards, you can see the mayhem. The second floor now is absolutely bonkers. I didn't mean to fall down, but it works. We have the 8 constructors here for all of the wire, and 3 on this floor for the plates. There's 1 plate downstairs, and this is where I'm doing the distribution of the wire, so we don't have to worry about doing that up there. So one of them we don't actually even need, but just need wire in general. So that one gets merged with 1/3 of what this one produces, which is 15. The 45 split 3 ways is 15 each, and we will have 60 to do with as we please. And this one's other bit of 15 just goes out and around, merges here, which is not super nice, but it works. And then that just goes up and over, merges with the other 4 lots of 45 that are over here. And then the very, very quick glance of down the bottom, what I did down here. Shifted over the iron smelters, so they're not in the same. They were, I wanted them to be in the same line with the copper. Didn't end up working out. So we have one line that goes, this is the one line that goes and gets smelted by itself. No, it's not. Up there there's this line, sorry, that line of 2 that go up the top, and this last smelter gets constructed immediately, and this does a weird wrap around, go up there. Probably doesn't even need to do that. Now that I'm looking at it, maybe. Yeah, no, it doesn't need to do that. I don't know what I was thinking. It was cool. We have the clearance, and because it's only plates, it is perfectly fine. So now, with all of the belts set to the right thing, everything has power. There's only 3 things left to do. Turn on both machines, and to also actually hook up the second iron miner as well. May have forgot to even set that up. That's a much better site than when I first initially kicked it on. Had a lot of things not connected into the splitters and whatnot. At the moment we have a lot more wire coming in than we would normally have, because this one is all being diverted that way and being blocked off. So for now, I had a bit of a testing thing happening over there. We're just going to temporarily Okay. Plunk it all into there. There we go. So that'll slowly drain out and stop that from backing up. But the second of actually 4 things that we need to do is then get all of the output, put it into a bin, which currently has a whole bunch of wire in it, which we will worry about in a moment, and have it go over there, which becomes super easy. Whether or not I need a bin this big, I'm unsure. But let's have that is all now shifting across. And then onto numero 3 is we just need to add in a second one of these. And again, simple as pie. Not very nice, but very simple. We also just need to hook up the more rods. So now all 4 of the rod constructors are connected to the machines up there. Which that one is completely overkill, but the first 3 it makes in a minute. And the final thing we're going to do, this is a bonus, I'll plunk that there. Actually just going to put that belt up there, put a little storage container on the end of that. That's where all that could go. Just like that. And we shall now complete our very first building. And for now, until things are tidied up, that is the final piece. I don't think my little time-lapsey thing I was going to do work all that well. Because of the constant running out of materials and such. But this is a blocky building with a lot of things hanging out of it. Forgot about this thing. So we've got holes. There's a window there because the splitter is too close to the wall, which I will eventually move. Doink. This thing. Forgot that this was a thing. So I can move this. Well, depending on this, I might be able to move this over a little bit. Don't really have any. I have that spore beam actually. That one can be moved, and so can those ones. But yeah, whether or not I can actually move this any closer, we shall see. I might be able to move it 1 closer, which would be enough to cover that up. But yeah, I've done that wall obviously as high as everything else, but that's fine. How are we doing? I feel like we're probably going to be constantly sitting on a little bit of an overflow because of how I put this thing together. Shooting out a bunch at once. Nice, we're good. And breaks of 3 as well, apparently. But anyway, our production over here is completely stopped. The pipes have stopped flowing through because the final machine has... The... what's it calls it? The storage system that we had been connecting from, which is this one, I'm pretty sure, has run all out. We just have these ones left, so we might as well connect them up. I thought you connected. I was wrong. But there we go. They leave once again. Or not. Probably meant to be that one. There we go, I fixed it. And also considering that this building is, for the moment, pretty much completed as well, I'm also going to run around and contain this one. And there we go. We have 2 boxy buildings. This one is a slight rectangle where, apart from the extrusion bit out the back on that side, this one is a perfect square. It's 6 by 6. Didn't realize that. And it also hasn't taken these long to start backing up almost to that window. But yes. So now let's have a look how many. Oh, no, we're good. We're only just. have a look at how many of these things we have. Because it's probably... It would be... You know, that's not as much as I thought there would be. Because I grabbed some from the beginning. I forgot about that. Yeah, so that must have been just on the cusp of running out. Fair enough. But now, we make ourselves a new and better power plant. However, before we actually go over and do the power plant, I'm reminded that we have the fabric analysis completed.
This
Completely
fabric
completed.
is suitable for the creation of parachutes. The derived blueprint is now accessible in Hub Tier 2.
A parachute? Don't mind if it does. Need a little bit of rods. Do I conveniently? No, I don't. However, I did have enough iron ore sitting in there to just go plonky plonk plonk. Make enough. I made one short. How the heck did I do that? I can't count apparently. Kadoosh. There we go. Final one in. Parachutes. Be ready. Now, are they... We're actually going to take off. There you go. It's equipment. Don't have that. Although I can just quickly make it. That is backwards. And that's the first time I have not watched him take off to the sky. Parachutes. We require the fabric and cables. Okay, I didn't realize that the fabric used mycelia. Let's see, we can put 20 of these. And it's a tap, the 5 at a time. I'll make 10 for now. Plonk the rest of the fabric in there, as well as the leaves. Let's have a quick test of the parachutes. Alright, and because I don't trust anything, I'm gonna do it over that thing. So I'm gonna jump from up there. Just for the extra bit of height. Alright, let's see how these work. Tap them at any time? I can. There you go. Because the only reason I wanted to do that is because I've seen people jump from a high spot, but it might be because they spammed the button. But yeah, it is just pressing space to use those. It was down for me there when activated. Well, good to have them, I suppose. I'll just grab myself some quick wire, because I also forgot that we unlocked the blade runners. And I never made these, which confuses the heck out of me. Why, I'm always going to press the wrong button. Let's see. An exoskeleton, excuse you, grammar, for your lower legs that assist your movement, allowing you to sprint faster and jump higher. Also dampens impact of landing. Yeah. I jump. Wow. I jump pretty high now. Whoosh. These are beautiful. How much easier? Oh wow. Yeah, super easy to get down and to move around. That's what I meant. They work really well. I don't know if that was affected by that at all though. To bring you guys in on the thought process behind this, I've cleaned all the area out and have realized that this will fit on a 3x3 kind of cleanly. So we're going to look for a big place to put that. And I haven't done any of the math, but can't see the production value on this anymore unless it's actually working. But by default, these were 50, and that thing over there was 150. Oh, I love being able to jump so high. Beautiful. So, for obviously it's a 3-to-1 ratio, other way around. Triple way up. 3 of these equals 1 of them. 3-to-1. There we go. So I did say it backwards. So in order to have enough power, the power that we currently have, we did 1, 2, 3, and maybe one more to have exactly what we have at the moment. Because I don't think we're running over, so we could just have 3. But why make 3 when we can make a many more? Now that you can see a little bit easier because it's daytime, this is the partial rebuilt platform structure that we're going to have. At the moment is only a in space of the fuel generators, which you can see on the side. I want to build 12 of them. It is a 9x9. We're going to expand it, I think, that way just a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Go over there, and we have, coincidentally, run out of power, as I have sent Big Truck Boy to go and get the oil, and turning the oil on is taken up. No, you can't. I was going to say you can see the oil being pulled out of the thing. Yeah, there you go. So, I'm going to immediately get started by throwing down some of the fuel generators. Now, I need to be aware of which direction I need to place them. It's going to be better to do this, have them facing inwards like this for this first row. Now, the unfortunate thing is I can't... You encroaching the clearance of the space elevator? Okay, well that one won't exist there for a little bit. But that is fine. But we go there. And I think there? Maybe? It's hard to see from this distance whereabouts these are wanting to really go. See how well I got that from this side. Right on the edge. And bring it closer by 1. Oh boy, I've fallen down. You won't let me place that there, will you? Oh, you will. You're in line. I think it wants to go there. Actually, this is... Oh, that's not what I want. This is a very tedious thing to build. Doop, doop, doop. One more? One less? Maybe? I hate my game. I hate my mouse, actually, not the game. I'll click, but it doesn't click, so I exit the menu to get out of it. So there we go. We have 2 of them. And... Ooh, I might be able to do what I want to do. I might have to make this a little bit wider, because I was going to put one facing this way. I'm going to place it up here. Cool. So this will be a bit of a test then. Back 2 and across 1? Forward 1. I do not remember. We shall take it, I guess. Needed to be forward 1. I will get this eventually. But we want it to be there. Not there. Gotcha. About there. I'm too close. Well, it's got to line that up at the center of that. So that should be good. But I don't think I'll be able to place... Click. Click. I don't have anything. Okay, let's try this again. Got rid of everything in my inventory. I'm pretty sure it's not going to let me do that, is it? Oh, let me do that, though. Interesting. What about the other direction? Yeah, fine. So I might just have to maneuver these so they're further... Yeah, I have to maneuver that one so it's further back. I've made mistakes. But then, just to show, we'd have this one sitting... there, I guess. Would be where it would have to go. And we would leave enough room to put one in there. On the other side, we're good. I also need to be getting rid of these. Okay, so we have a very crude setup going. We'll have 3 of these working at the moment. Ignoring that one that's left over there. We've just got to plug in the fuel and we'll have enough power. And as you did see, I did have to remove one of our coal producers. Now, I'm only doing the... That's not right. What the? Give me those. That's not what's supposed to be in there. I didn't even know those were in there. Lock that in there. Take that. That is a very confusing. Ever remember putting those in there? Okay. But again, only putting the 60 down line just to see how quickly these go through fuel. And because eventually there'll be more of them, I may have to upgrade the lines. That's fine. Once these get power, that'll fill themselves up. But we're going to see that work. Let's see how close these go. And unfortunately, I think my truck got stuck somewhere. Because he hasn't moved from that position. Oh no, he moved a little bit then. I'm not sure what's happened with him. But we wait for the fuel. I forgot how slow the 60 lines are when they're going so far. And we're also just using the overflow method over here. Alright, let's see if we can keep it going. Unfortunately, at the start, this is probably the only one that's going to be running. That one will start running as well. Yeah. Once that one kicks in, get a boost in power. Okay, so we're looking at the moment. Oh, I didn't mean to fall off. Got the speedy shoes on. That one's fine. What about this one? Will this one stay running? That's, by the looks of it, that is a very much a yes. The last one, I think you're going to stay running too, so we're all right. However, we might have to bring them in a little bit faster later on when there's double the amount here. Alright, well, we got fuel. We got all the things. Fuel's not going to last us very long. Gonna go take our other tractor, old tractor buddy, and see what happened to Big Boy. Okay, by the looks of it, cause to panic was pointless. I think he just ran out of fuel. I think he still had I think he had old fuel in there. Oh, so he's gone and come back. Ah, I see what's happened. At the coal. Yeah, don't run me over. So he came back. At least. Words. Okay, I got them. It was limestone down there, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, just didn't dump the stuff. I'm confused why he's so full. But anyway, yeah, he just ran out of fuel. So, working through their timings, each of those uses one of these every 5 seconds. That goes up to 12 a minute, which requires, for our total number of 9 at the moment, opposed to 12, it's 108. Therefore, with those numbers, I only need 3 of the fuel machines to be running at the moment, just for power alone. Which we can do should be able to do pretty easily. However, before getting the more fuel, we will also need to remove only these ones really, possibly 1 or 2 of them, and build up the rest of the coal generators. You're not even working. I need to know how much I can take out at once. And as the sun sets, we can have a look. Well, the sun's already set actually. We'll look at our almost perfect grid of power as our truck returns. And 4 of these still connected. All of the fuel might be gone, which could be a problem. I need to hop down quickly. Because that could very much be a very, very big problem. Wow. I was expecting to get a little bit more hurt than that. And unfortunately, this guy, and he's got the fuel. I have to fix this up a bit because he moves around too much. Oh, you really only have just enough fuel. Probably also a case of that this stuff isn't using this quick enough. Be another thing. While I'm over here, I also want to upgrade, although I need to, but I will need to in the future, upgrade that to max belt so that I can actually get completely taken out as I go flying away. And can now should be able to dismantle all of this, because we have a lot, and these last 4 are only providing 200 of that. So it's time to say goodbye to the coal generation of making the power. So, to finish off our power grid, we must say goodbye to the space elevator. Doesn't matter because I can't use you anymore anyway. I don't even know if I have room to take all this. We shall find out. That just disappears. And then you slowly but surely goosh to the ground. I didn't think I'd have enough room to take everything. That's a lot. That can stay there, so I can grab it at a later date. I've also noticed, to much of my annoyance, that none of this in here is symmetrical. I will fix that one day. But today, not that day. Because we just got this up. Well, you're going to have to go back one. That annoys me a little bit. That's where it should go, right there. But at the same time, it should be one further back. And I noticed that their power spots are actually at the back here. Ooh. You will actually need to go forward one, because then I won't... If I were to put a wall around this, which I don't think I'm going to, kind of be silly, I wouldn't be able to put this here, so who knows. You will not be aligned either, which is a little unfortunate, but fine. And we have used all of the... Well, not used all the fuel, but the fuel has been backed up, so now it's all just gonna go in here. And up it goes. It gets used. We're at 1,350 megawatts of zip power. That is pretty good. I've only got 2 machines running. I stopped the plastic one from making plastic and changed it to fuel, hooked it over there. This one might be done now. Yeah, I was just getting rid of all of the oil that was in here. So we have this much rubber. But the rubber and plastics, if we still need them, or when we need them, shall be moved to be made over there, or in a different building closer by. I'm going to make a fuel setup here, as well as then just shifting this away. So for the most part, the fuel here will be providing to the power plant, as well as eventually fueling itself here. And then we have to do something with the coal line that we have coming down here. And the way I got him over here is he's just running over the line, as you see there. Vroom, just runs straight over it. So yeah, unfortunately we're not going to get to automating computers today, which is kind of sucky, but that will most definitely be the first thing we will do next time, despite the fact that at the beginning of this episode I said it was going to be the first thing we were going to do today. Not the case. How are we doing? Because we're about to wrap up. How are we doing? Ooh, this is empty again. Pep, pep. Well, we're getting rid of these pipes one way or another. Oh boy. At least I fit. It was this one, wasn't it? I think. Maybe? Seems about right. But in saying that, how is our production up here? How did it go? Because it emptied, by the looks of it, a normal container. So what, 3 normal containers is basically what it emptied? You got a fair few up here. We have all the things now. I'd say at this point I really don't even need to build any more of these. But we shall, see in the future. There's a fair amount there. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for today. We will end up by, can almost outrun that. End up by getting another bird's eye view of the completed power plant. Although it's not a very structured power plant. Okay, so we're up atop here, and I just learned to never take a high-res screenshot while recording, because my OBS, not my OBS, but OBS did not like that. Yes, here is our of work for the day. And those 2 over there. I would have liked to have gotten those in a screenshot, but I'm pretty sure we're going to just do with this, although I'll probably do it from a different angle. But anyway guys, that is going to be it for today. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to stick around, see some more. Next time, as I said, we will manufacture the computers. And I will leave you a little bit of a cliffhanger by the fact that I worked out that anything can be made perfectly by their default schematics. But anyway, till next time guys. Bye.